You probably click on this video just by the topic alone. Well, yes, I had to say that's quite an interesting topic. I want to discuss. I want to talk about this a long time ago. How video games and other minorities in video games are being left out. They're not enough. And coming from a gorgeous Puerto Rican like myself, that they should have more ethnicity in video games. And what I'm trying to say is that yeah, there are blacks, there are Latinos in video games, but they always put them in a role that they shouldn't be. Like, just say you're a black guy, you have to be a gangster. If you're a Latino dude, you're a drug lord. You know, but that's how the gaming market works. And I'm not saying that racism plays a role in this. It's just that the consumer rather buy a game box that featuring a white dude rather than a black Latino or it's a Indian dude. And it's always been a topic on my mind for a while because this been a discussion a couple years ago, going back maybe 2014, 2015. No, sorry, 2004 or 2005. Sorry, I got my years wrong. I think that they had the same discussion about why is no uh, more racially background characters in video games. And I saw a topic a long ago. I don't know who said it. I don't know if THQ or Activision, but they said that oh, to render a black person, he will be too dark to blend into the background. And we all know that's bullshit. And they continues that they will not make sales as much as an Asian person or a white guy on the cover of the box. Because consumer would rather play a white person rather than a black person. Now, we all been there, right? We all seen video games that play out and we all play the same people and always the same race. When other people who like to say action RPGs or RPGs in general or JRPGs or anything that has a customization, we end up creating our own characters. Sometimes our own image and sometimes something bizarre. Point taken. Some of you out there who ends up making those god awful, god awful creatures known to man. Um, but I have to say, yes. When consumer product are consumed by whatever what's on the box. Now, that doesn't say as much as Pac-Man because Pac-Man is a yellow ball that eats white dots. Okay, but that made a lot of money, especially back in the day that it was in arcades and that shitty Atari 2600 fucking game. But I have to say this. Um, when we start playing video games, we start thinking about, well, I'm playing another white dude, or I'm playing another Asian dude. What about Latinos, Indians, blacks? What about being someone that's different? Not putting us in a role, saying to us, "Oh, I don't want to play a gangster. I don't want to play a, a Asian crime syndicate drug lord or some shit. We want to fucking be somebody else. We want something more. And video games, it's like there is no culturally, there's no racism in video games. It should be free, right? But what I could be completely wrong because naturally, if you play a video game, when's the last time you play a black dude that wasn't a gangster or a, average Joe. He wasn't a, superhero. You know what I'm talking about? Or, you played Nathan Drake in Uncharted. He's white. Now, I'm not saying against white people. I'm just saying that when you play like the next Call of Duty game, who you play as. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't give you that versatile of anything that you want to be as. And that's what I'm trying to point out is that we need to be more. We need to bring more into the a camaraderie of other cultures, and not just the stereotypes that they want us to be. I believe that they pouring out this lack of racially background people, and I think that half the time video game developers don't want to. Now, back in 2005, there was a game cover for Game Informer that featuring Call of Duty, The Finest Hour. Now, in that cover, it was uh, he was a tank commander. I don't really remember too well. I had to, go look for it for more information about it. Um, that the cover was featuring a black dude. Now, it stirred up a lot of controversy. I mean, you should have seen all the hate mails in the next issue put out, and how a lot of people who are very racist towards that cover because they have a black guy on the front of it. I think that that was really unfair, and knowing so that why you couldn't let him be like why because he's black because he shouldn't be a tank commander in World War II because there were plenty of them. And because that's why I had to point out that most of the topic of this is very sensitive because a lot of people will agree, some people will not agree. And there was a other game called Overload that you featured a cop who was Latino and he was trying to stop a drug trading down in Mexico. Now it had this action-filled, um, you know, um, grindhouse feel, like Quentin Tarantino kind of thing. And was like pretty cool, like Desperado kind of cool. And the game didn't sell so much that but it still made a sequel. And not not a lot of buyers looked at it as, oh, this is a great game. Oh, it's like, no, it was a great game. It's just they got turned off because the guy was Latino and had a Latino background, a lot of Mexican culture into it, and a little bit humor. But they didn't buy it because it was featuring a Spanish dude. Okay, now that kind of hurt me because knowing that I'm still Spanish and I didn't buy the game either because I was broke that time. So kudos to me that I fucked up. But what I'm trying to point out more that why is developers at technology now could put more people in their background. So you could put black people as a standstill, as a side character, or a he's he's a comrade, he's your friend, or that Latino dude, or Indian dude, or Asian dude, same thing. But you play as the same person every time. Like the next Call of Duty game, you play 19-year-old Texan. Okay. Next game after that, you play like a 20-something-year-old white girl. It's just like all this was pointing out that you based on more consumer byproduct than really taking advantage of everything else. And people don't want to take that. A lot of people don't want to, take the chances. And it kind of sucks that maybe they should more. Maybe they should take more chances. You know, having more people in their games. Like they're not just a a gangster or Latino drug lord or some mouth talker like in in playing MMOs. I hope this change. I really do, because it's 2017. We got break the mold. All right. This is John, the Average Gamer, and I catch every one of you next time.